So, welcome. Today we're going to talk about goal setting and how you can succeed in your goals for 2023. You might have heard this many times before, but I think it's important to reframe it and refresh it because we tend to get lost along our journeys of achieving our goals and get caught up in the hysteria of New Year's resolutions, but actually don't, myself included, maybe apply simple strategies that can keep you succeeding throughout the year and review progress to improve your progress throughout the year as opposed to just thinking you failed. So, what we're going to discuss today is the benefits of setting goals. Especially when setting goals, these can really help you increase your motivation, keep you focused, and have a sense of purpose when it comes to achieving your goals. And also, it gives you direction, something to work towards, and this will help you achieve your desired outcomes. So, if you haven't got any of those and you have a loose goal, your desired outcomes are going to be really hard to achieve. And it's also important to focus on it that not all goals are created equal. So to achieve success, it's really important that you set SMART goals. You might have heard this many times before. If you haven't, it stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So this means that your goals can be clear and defined and with a way of measuring your progress to achieve them within a given time frame. And this will help to align to your purpose and have a desired outcome for the deadline that you're aiming for. So without those, you tend to be quite lost. You can't have a generic goal, I want to lose weight, without those other factors in place in order for you to achieve them. Because all of those are going to help to keep you accountable, keep you motivated, like we said, towards your goal in the future. So if you're thinking about setting unrealistic goals, then needs to be a balance between realistic and challenging. So I'm going to share a goal that I have for this year. You might have seen it on my stories. I want to do 10,000 steps a day, every day. So most of our jobs and most of us are sedentary, myself included, most of the day. Even though I go to the gym, I do some cycling, I want to do more walking. Walking is a vital element in keeping us fit and healthy now and in the future, especially when we get older. So my aim is to do 10,000 steps a day, every day, 365 days a year. If I do more than that on some occasions, that's fine, but my average every day must be 10,000 steps a day. So that is a realistic goal, but it's also challenging because on days when, I might be at work, I have less opportunity to go for a walk, it's going to be more challenging for me to get those steps in. And I've already come across some challenges where I've had to pop out in the evening just for a 20-minute walk to get a couple more thousand steps in to round up for 10,000. I'm not trying to exceed 10,000 every day, but as long as it's 10,000 every day, that's the key. So some days, long walk at the weekend can be 20 plus thousand, but it has to be 10,000 every day. So it's important that I've got that goal in mind because it's challenging to me, but I know it's realistic as opposed to if I was going to say I want to do 20,000 steps a day. That is going to be really unrealistic. I can do that on occasions, but to do it every day is going to be a challenge, and more likely because it's so challenging, I'm probably going to trip up and fail. So it's important to have a goal that's within your grasp, but you still have to push and work a little bit harder to get to it. So if we take another example, if you want to lose 2 stone in a month, that is probably unrealistic. You could do it, give or take your situation, but most of the time, definitely very unrealistic. But if you want to lose 2 stone over 6 months, that is definitely achievable. 2 stone is going to be hard to lose, challenging, but definitely realistic that you could get it in that time frame. So try and think about your goals that you're setting for yourself this year. Try and keep them realistic and challenging at the same time. And this is important really because this is going to help you stretch your abilities, push yourself past what you feel you were capable of doing before, and still remain achievable, because that way you're going to stay motivated and you're going to achieve the success. So when you're achieving results, what happens is that you get more motivated to do more and you want to do more. If you're failing all the time, it can be quite challenging and hard to keep going. If you fail enough times, get knocked down enough times, it gets harder and harder to get yourself up. So Try and have something that's achievable. That way you're more likely to stay motivated when times are going to get tough, especially after a few weeks into the new year. We're all quite motivated at the start of the year, fresh start and all that. But to try and maintain it can be really, really challenging. So how do these SMART goals set, how are they realistic for you? So how do you set them? Start with developing a plan. Identify your goal. Like I said, mine is 10,000 steps a day. Create a timeline. Mine's over the course of a year. Your timeline might be a shorter period of time as well. And also, this is the key one, which I think a lot of us neglect, is having a support system. And this will really help you stay on track and maintain your progress. So my support system will be two things. My partner, my girlfriend, we go walking every day, and she enjoys walking, so I do more walking now with her, so she's keeping me motivated. Also, my iPhone is tracking my steps every day. You might have a Fitbit, something like that, that tracks your steps as well. But my iPhone is tracking my steps every day, and I can review them week to week. And that's another thing that's really important. You need something to track your progress. You need to see how you're getting on in order to improve. So I can see in the first week of January, I've done 10,000 steps every day, some more than others, but every day for 10,000 steps. Even though the average, like I said, is over, I can see that I'm doing it every day. And keeping my iPhone on me, making sure I'm taking it with me when I go for a walk, just so I can track my steps, is really important rather than using a Fitbit. I don't really like wearing those things too much. So that is what's keeping me motivated and supporting me. So if you've got friends and family around you, partners, do you want to put it out on social media? Be vocal with your goals in order to tell people what you want to achieve, and they hopefully can keep you accountable by asking you how it's going. And that way you can stick to your goals a little bit easier because you've got people keeping you accountable, asking you how it's going. In the past, I've done marathons, entering the race, telling people you're going to do it. You've entered the race now, you can't just turn up and do it. You have to put in the effort to train for it. So entering races, committing some money down, keeps you motivated and supports your way to achieving that success. So see if you can have some sort of support system around you to maintain it. And also, it's important as you work towards your goals that you're going to encounter obstacles, and that's normal. You're going to have lack of motivation, you're going to have fear of failure, you're going to have self-doubt, and these strategies will help you stay the course and stay motivated when to help you overcome these obstacles. Because breaking down larger goals into smaller steps, tracking your progress, helps to reward yourself for those milestones that you're going to achieve. So for me, I'm looking at my steps on a weekly basis. That's it. I'm not really worried about next week until I've finished this week. So can you do that with your own goals? Things will trip yourself up, work commitments. So if you're looking to go to the gym, for example, twice a week, perfect. That's realistic, as opposed to I'm going to go every day. Because every day might not be, it's going to be challenging, but is it realistic? Because you've got family, work commitments that might get in the way. So you need to understand that if you can say, I'm going to do twice a week, then you're more likely to maintain it, as opposed to, and if you go more than twice a week, it's a bonus. But if you set yourself at 5, don't go a few times, you might be demotivated because you failed in your goal. You've not really failed, you've just not achieved a goal that's maybe a little bit out of reach for you. So again, making it realistic and challenging. That way it's going to help you be flexible. So, some things just don't go as planned. Life is that way, unfortunately, and you need to adapt and make changes. And also be really open to new possibilities when it comes to your one particular outcome. So for me, at the end of the year, if I had done 300 days, 10,000 steps a day, but not 365, I'm going to be still pretty pleased with that, because that's pretty much the whole year, apart from a couple of months that I've not done 10,000 steps a day. And on those days, I might have already done close to 10,000. I might have done 5. So look at it in terms of the grand scheme of things as well. And also it's important sometimes to break it down into 3-month periods and just review how you get on every quarter throughout the year, just like businesses do. and to see how your progress is. Because in the first month, you might be learning a new system, you might be new to the gym, learning what you need to learn in the gym. And then month 2, you're applying what you've learned and you're getting more progress because you've already started to establish new habits. Where in the first month, to try to achieve a lot can be quite challenging, especially if it's a new thing, because you've never done it before. But month 3, you've got month 1 and month 2 behind you, so things then should start progressing. So really focus on those perspectives to see how you can progress in the future. And then finally, goes without saying, celebrate your success. It's not all hard graft. Whether big or small, it's important to acknowledge and appreciate your achievements. Pat yourself on the back, take a day off, evening off, enjoy yourself. And this will help you stay motivated for your bigger goal as well, because you can't always be training all the time. You need to have sit at home, have a drink, relax, go to the cinema, however you like to unwind, put your feet up, make sure that you achieve that. Do that from time to time to give you some motivation and rest and repair. When I prescribe any training programs, you tend to want to build for 3 and recover for 1. So you're still training, but you're not training maybe as the intensity that you have done in the last 3 weeks, because you're constantly pushing hard. You're going to always find that you might get injured and have a danger of overtraining because you're not allowing your body to recover and rest. So make sure you rest, recover, pat yourself on the back for your achievements as well. So just to wrap up, to help you discover how you can achieve your goals in 2023, make sure you're setting smart, realistic but challenging goals that you can develop a goal setting plan. You can stay motivated, you can overcome your obstacles that might get in the way, such as life. Be flexible with it though, because if you've just given up smoking and you have a cigarette after a month, but you smoke for 20 years, that's still great. And celebrate your successes. So don't be too hard on yourself. And then those will be the key points that will definitely help you succeed in 2023 if you apply them. So start setting them, working towards your goals to achieve your desired outcomes for 2023. So a little short live for me today. Hope you enjoyed the live. If you've got any questions, post them in the comments below. Let me know if you've watched it. Big thumbs up, love, and follow, subscribe if you are watching. And let me know what goals you have for 2023. Post them in the comments below. Love to know them. Happy to support them if you have any questions. But thanks for watching.